Hello everybody and welcome back to the next episode of Belladonna. Okay, in the last episode we read those 6 journal pages and found out a little bit about the story. We found the bowl, we found the screwdriver. We found the portrait of Wolfgang von Trauerschloss, I think. So, and I think we should exit into the next room.
A dead body.
Okay, so let's have a look at the body.
It's the body of Dr. von Trauerschloss. He's dead. And what's more, he's been murdered. But who could have done this? There must be some clues around.
Okay, so let's have a look around. Here's the candlestick.
And it seems to be the murder weapon.
Yes, maybe. So then we should have a look at the body.
The body is still warm. He cannot have been dead for much longer than I have been alive. Did he have to die for me to live?
I don't know. Let's have a look at the wound.
The back of his head has been cracked open by a heavy blow. He couldn't have seen the attack coming. He was dead before he knew what happened.
Okay.
So he trusted his assailant then? Was it me? I have no memories from my life before. Maybe it was I who killed him.
Ooh.
But then, how was I brought back?
Okay, that's not good. So let's have a look at the hand. Oh, here's something.
There's
Strings.
Something in his pocket.
Oh, it's a little key.
It's a small,
small
delicate key. He kept it in the pocket closest to his heart. I wonder what it unlocks.
Okay, so now we have a key.
There's a letter
Let's
clutched
check
in his hand. His final
the journal
words,
page.
or a clue left by the killer.
Okay, over the course of a sleepless night, I have thought through my next course of action from every possible angle. For it is indeed time for me to take action again. Even with the troublesome maid out of the way, I see little chance of getting my old Belladonna back. If anything, she's worse now than ever before. But I have an idea, one that kept me awake all night. I have come very far in my research by now. I can now fairly predictably create living creatures that are stable enough to not spontaneously die again. This is constant through many different species of animal. I have noticed something peculiar, though the return creation seems strangely vacant and sluggish. It is as if although the body is brought back to life, the soul is forever lost. The creation is perfectly functional and responds to stimuli just as if it was truly alive. But the mysterious spark of will seems to be missing. I know no other way to describe the phenomenon. This bothered me before, but now I cannot help to think that this might suit my needs. Isn't it preciously the strong will of my wife that is causing all my problems? There's no need to be poetic with flowers this time. I'm in no short supply of lethal substances in the laboratory. And poison suits my needs, whereas it leaves no physical trauma on the body. I will still need to make incisions in the corpse to replace internal organs with clockwork parts, but stitching together surgical cuts is much simpler than trying to repair unhealed bodily damage. The integrity of her visage is a priority. To extinguish Belladonna's current life and give her a new one. To bring her body and mind back, minus soul and free will. A beautiful, obedient automaton, a mechanical doll with all the functionality of a woman, but who's responsive and does what she's told. That, my dear future reader, would truly be something. I think it's high time I tried my revivification process on a human subject. Okay. Yeah, I think the guy is very strange. Oh, here's another journal page. Here's the door to the backyard, living room, and the study. Ooh, gargoyles.
Those are a lot of gargoyles. Leupold, Brunhilde, Arthur, Maya, Lena, Ismildor, Ether, and Yosef. In that order.
She has a name for everything and everyone. Sorry when I'm breathing too loud in my microphone, but...
This letter is signed Belladonna.
Oh!
I've been waiting to hear the other side of this story.
Okay. If you had asked me just a few years ago about my future, I could never have fathomed my life today would be as it is. So strange a path has the twists of fate set me upon that I wake every morning bewildered and like a small child. I expect anything and everything to happen during each new day. The night my planned future snapped out of joint and took a whole new direction was the night when my son Lucas died. I married Dr. Wolfram von Trauerschloss in the spring, and we loved each other deeply back then. How young we were. He was an educated gentleman from the University of Ingolstadt, and I had first assumed he would get a flat in Vienna. Instead, he convinced me we should live in my family's old castle and accept our roles as old-fashioned nobility to the little village down the hill. We moved into the castle with a staff of 30 servants, beginning the task of breathing life and joy into the majestic halls. At this time, I expected to live out my life as a lady of the household, minding the servants and, indeed, raising children. Before long, our first son was born, and shortly after that he once again departed. I was devastated, of course, but Lucas had been sickly from his first day, and even though my husband had blocked out the possibility of his mind, I was not entirely surprised when it happened. Nonetheless, it changed us. I believe Wolfram blames me for what happened, that he thinks it was somehow my fault. He retreated into his laboratory in the old dungeon and started doing unholy experiments of God knows what. Those were dark times. Instead of a household and a child to take care of, I now had no guests, particularly no husband and no child. Everything I thought would occupy my time was gone, and all I could do was grieve in solitude. The castle stuff left one by one, until there were only a handful still here. My existence was meaningless, and I spent my days doing nothing. But I dealt with my grief in my own way, and in the time the claws of melancholy began loosening their grip on me. In so many ways, I have Clara to thank for that. Okay, we found the first page. Belladonna von Trauerschloss wrote it, and maybe our name is Clara. It could be that we are Clara. So I think we should try. Oh, wait. I just want to have a look at the... What? Yes, I'm sorry. Okay, I just want to have a look at the clock.
It's an old clock. Tick tock, tick tock.
Okay.
It's an old clock.
Okay.
Tick.
That's the only thing she says about it. Okay, is the door to the backyard open? Oh, of course. Oh, it's snowing, it's winter. There's a bottle of milk.
There's a bottle of milk out here. I wonder how long it's been here. At any rate, it's frozen completely solid. No wonder in this cold.
Oh, frozen milk. And another journal page.
One more Belladonna letter.
Oh,
Let's read about
Belladonna.
this Clara figure.
Clara Stieber was one of the several chambermaids we hired when we moved into the castle shortly after the marriage. In the warm light of recent events, I feel as though I could pick her out of a crowd already at this time. But I suspect that the truth is that she was just another servant, one of many, and I didn't pay her close to the attention I know now she deserves. The time following the death of Lucas is hazy and unclear in my memory. I know I spent most of my time in an armchair in the living room, staring out the window. I know that this must have been a difficult time for the staff as well. My apathy left them without purpose, as more and more of the household was set down. Soon the cooks and stable grooms began abandoning what they wisely identified as a sinking ship. As more and more of the staff left the castle to seek employment elsewhere, there was less and less reason for the rest to stay, and the household was quickly decimated. But throughout all of this, young Clara never left my side, and she gradually shouldered more and more of the household responsibilities, making it her task to take care of me and nurse me through my melancholy. Melancholy. It was her loyalty and industriousness when everyone else left that finally brought me back from my condition. And indeed her love. As I now sit down to write, it has been a long, unbroken chain of happy days. Clara and I have the whole castle practically to ourselves, and nothing to do but to enjoy our lives and each other. We sleep in a new room every night, cook our own food, and have picnics under tables or in front of the fireplace. We have no incentive whatsoever to uphold convention and norms when this house has become like a secure pocket inside the rest of reality. In truth, this touches on what I treasure most in Clara. Neither of us reap any concrete benefits from our union, neither financial or societal. Difficult word. There's no embedded purpose of producing heirs. Our relationship exists safely for itself and is its own reward. I'm already adopting her adorable habit of naming inanimate objects. Oh my God, we are Clara. The castle is not quite ours. However, Wolfram still lurks like a ghoul downstairs, and occasionally emerges and spends a night up here with me. We have little in common anymore. In fact, he is like a completely new person. His mind is vacant, his stare distant. He's thinner than ever before and shivereth with cold. Clara jokingly suggested that we might have him declared mad and sent off to an institution. An innocent idea in her mind, but with some planning this act might eventually prove to be our surest path to finally reclaiming this old castle for us alone. Okay, so naming objects. Our character is naming objects too.
This must be the family cemetery. Yet baby Lucas rests in an urn in the dining room. Why is that?
No. Small grave.
It says Snowflake the pet cat. How cute.
Oh, grave for a cat. Okay. What's this?
The stone is so old and the name is worn off.
Okay. Here's an open grave.
The tombstone says Clara Stieber.
Clara!
This must be
Clara
the grave
Stieber.
of the wonderful maid I've heard so much about. I can't help but notice that it's been emptied.
Okay, So, let's think about it. We are alive, the grave is empty, so someone has stolen our body to bring us back to life?
A note.
Another note? Great God! Oh, Belladonna, okay. Great God! Why did I not then expire? Why am I here to relate the destruction of the best hope and the purest creature of earth? It was mere days ago, at the peak of our bliss, when Clara fell ill. She complained of headaches and tiredness, so I made a bed for her and laid her down to rest. For the next few days I cared for my companion, just as she had cared for me, and nursed her with all my love and compassion. We believed it was just a passing sickness and that it would be over shortly. Each morning we thought she was getting better, and each evening we realized she had actually gotten worse. And today, when I entered her bedroom, she was there, lifeless and inanimate, thrown across the bed, her head hanging down, and her pale and distorted features half covered by her hair. In horror I beheld the body of Clara, my love, so fatally, so lately living, so clear, so worthy. I rushed towards her and embraced her with ardor, but the deadly languor and coldness of the limbs told me that what I now held in my arms had ceased to be the Clara whom I had loved and cherished. Alice? Alice, huh? This word is a little bit difficult. Alice, what foul curse lies in my gentle touch? I have lost my only child to the darkness, my husband to devouring madness, and now my lover has departed this world as well. Is my love truly a poisonous and my ominous name? As my ominous name. Okay, so Wolfram from Trauerschloss poisoned Clara to get rid of her, and Belladonna found her dead.
Two statues of angels. Seems a bit paradoxical to create statues depicting something that's supposed to be immaterial. Let's call them Justifer and Phi.
Justifer and Phi, okay.
What a marvelous mausoleum. The plaque says Francisca Canosa. I wonder who she was.
Okay, Francisca Canosa. So then, let's have a look at the greenhouse. Oh yes, hers. Her boxes?
Yes, those are indeed boxes.
Okay.
Yes, those are indeed boxes.
Sorry. Indeed boxes, okay. There's a plant.
A plant, a natural object, standing in a pot, a man-made object. The plant can consume nutrition and grow bigger, and the pot can't. Neither of them can think. So what about me, then? I can think, I know that. But am I natural or man-made?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, what's here? A pot?
An ordinary pot with some dirt in it. Isn't this a perfectly sufficient tool for creating beautiful life?
Okay, so here's another journal page.
More letters. Can someone tell me what happened to poor Clara?
Belladonna. Okay. Some time has passed since the demise of Clara. As I calm down and regain control over my emotions, it occurs to me that there are some mysterious circumstances concerning her death. The sickness that came over her was swift and sudden indeed. Immediately, my own medical knowledge is limited, but it still seems to me that such an instant and terminal change in the bodily humors should not occur naturally? Could it be that she somehow ingested something that made her sick? But what? And from that line of thought, it is not a far leap to ponder if she was murdered. It was long ago that I lost track of the details of my husband's deranged research, but I do know he handles lethal substances and obscure chemicals. How easy it would have been for him to slip something into Clara's food. So then, why would he do such a thing? Did he know about our affair? We were very careful, but perchance he guessed it, despite our efforts. He would not go so far as murder based solely on a guess, would he? The distressing truth is, I no longer have any way of telling what Wolfram is capable of. It is of vital importance that these notes never reach any eyes but my own. These are grave accusations. I'm sorry. I'm scribbling down, and in ways of proof I do not even have anywhere to start looking. And yet the possibility is there, gloating in its simplicity. Okay. So, here's the plant, here's the lantern.
This lantern might prove to be the very first thing that actually manages to shed some light on my situation. I'll keep it.
Okay. Okay, we have it. So, can I go here? No? What's... Atropa Belladonna.
Belladonna. This little plant has caused a lot of trouble. For a flower, it's not particularly beautiful, but for a murder weapon, it sure is.
Oh, I have it. And another journal page. I think I should not name it Let's Play. I should name it Let's Read Belladonna.
It's a large tree. Looks very peaceful. Couldn't I have been reincarnated into one of those instead of being forced back into this mess? It's a large tree. Looks very...
Oh, okay. Okay, he has nothing. Here? No. Okay. So let's...
Look, a journal page was hiding behind the plant.
Okay, then let's read it. Belladonna. Okay. Did Wolfram murder poor Clara, or did he not? My situation has reached a point where it hardly makes any difference. I still cannot prove anything, but my conviction of his sin is only growing stronger. I cannot look at his face without seeing a murderer, nor not listen to his voice without hearing the words of an evil man. And the coward knows it. He sees the judgment in my eyes, and he shrinks away from it like the rodent he is. Guilty or not, he could not act more like a culprit if he so confessed his crime in the town square. If he was hiding in his laboratory before, now he practically lives there. We both realized that he lacks the courage to meet my gaze, and after that he simply stopped coming back upstairs. The villain, the fiend, he can rot away. I'm sorry. He can rot away in his dungeon, forgotten by the world, his remaining days spent in darkness and solitude. I will not forgive him. How could I, when he has provided me with nothing but misery since the day we met? The living areas of this castle are mine now, and if my husband is incapable of even confronting me, he shall have no benefit from them. Curse my miserable existence. Okay. Whew. That is hard. Hard words. Okay, so I think we found everything here. Basket?
Nothing inside.
Nothing inside? Okay. Okay, I think we should then go back. Maybe check the living room. No, here's nothing. I think so. I think we are Clara. Oh, I'm sorry. I pushed the wrong button. Pushed. Open grave. Okay. Clara. I think our name is Clara. I think we are the lover of the of Belladonna. The secret lover of Belladonna. And her man, Wolfram. Is his name really Wolfram von Trauerschloss or Wolfram? Oh, I'm sorry. I was always saying Wolfgang. I'm sorry. So let's head to the study and let's have a look around. Maybe there's something useful for us. Oh, raven.
A stuffed raven atop a bust of Pallas Athena. What a cheerful decoration. Let's call them Annabelle and Dupin.
Annabelle and Dupin. Okay, that's a globe.
Look, a perfect sphere. Let's see if I can get two parallel lines to intersect. Look.
Okay.
Look.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, here's nothing. Here are bookshelves.
That's a lot of books. Imagine you had books filled with every possible combination of letters. I wonder how much room they would take. There's a finite amount of letters, but unless we acknowledge a maximum length of a word, there would still be an infinite number of combinations, and the library would have to be infinitely large.
It's a typewriter. And here's...
I should sit down and write a story. But with all these journals and diary pages lying around, seems like I already may have.
Okay, so... let's
The
read...
doctor's handwriting. I
The
know it well
doctor.
by now.
The doctor. Okay. Months have passed, and I must indeed conclude that the procedure was a success. The new Belladonna is certainly calmer, friendlier, and more docile. She gladly keeps me company in the laboratory nowadays, and she's polite and pleasant in everything she does. One is tempted to describe her demeanor as lobotomized. Oh my god, lobotomized? But no, when I ask her questions, she will answer in a clear and articulated voice, and she is responsive to all kinds of stimuli. Verily, I have gotten all I could ask for. That troublesome maid is gone, and Belladonna is back with me, compliant as ever. Her behavior is exemplary. Our lives are returning to that idyll past I had thought lost in all aspects except one. No child giggles in these halls, but my research is proceeding rapidly, and the question presents itself: who needs a womb to create life? Oh shit. I have made an unexpected observation, a side effect of the unliving condition. The household cat, a black beast, and once Belladonna's loving pet, has gained a great mistrust for the latter's new form. A disquiet has fallen over the animal, and he will not go near the creation. Why is this, I wonder? Why this lack of trust, this sudden and ferocious hatred? Belladonna's appearance seems to me not much unlike what the cat before so fondly gravitated towards, but evidently the beast perceives a difference. As a species, the cat has popularly been associated with witchcraft and mysticism. Their eyes do indeed strike one as remarkable. Is it perchance so that the feline oculus is capable of peering into a human soul and spirit, and so, when faced with the created Belladonna, is distressed by the lack of thereof? Okay, so I think we found every note of Wolfram from von Trauerschloss. Let's have a look. Typewriter.
I should sit down and write a story. But with all these journals and diary pages lying around, it seems like I already...
Okay, I may have. A portrait.
Another portrait. It says her name is Francisca Canosa. It's the same name I saw in the mausoleum in the cemetery. I wonder how she relates to the von Trauerschloss family.
Okay. Toy collection.
Look at all these old toys. Wind-up dolls, music boxes, and mechanical trains all around. I think this used to be a private hobby of the eccentric Dr. Wolfram's, before he got into the whole corpse business.
Corpse business.
Look at all these old toys.
Okay.
Wind-up doll.
Okay, that's all she have to say. Here's a letter. Oh!
I'm not going near that horrible cat. I'll have to get rid of it somehow if I want to proceed.
What's this? Mysterious item. Okay. Okay.
That's a lot of books.
Oh, I'm
Imagine
sorry.
you had books filled with
Yes. Let's make a guess. I think we have to, like she said, get rid of them. Get rid of the cat. Oh my god, here's blood. We have the Atropa Belladonna plant, and we have frozen milk and a bowl. So I think maybe we have to poison.
Another journal page. This one has drops of blood on it.
I, Belladonna, must think, remember. Hands, fingers, write words, hate. Okay. Maybe that was after she was...
This room looks completely abandoned.
Yeah.
I suppose this is what happens when you're down to a skeleton crew of only one maid, no matter how fantastic she is.
There's a window.
It's snowing outside. I have no concept of the current year, season, or even geographical location.
It's the window, sheeted furniture. I think we can do anything here. Okay, we have... Wait, let's have a look at the time. Yes, so 5 minutes maybe. I have an idea. Let's try this. Maybe.
Let's grind this plant into powder.
OMG, what's Belladonna powder? Frozen milk, maybe we can...
I'll let it stand by the fire for a while. It's thawed. The milk is now in liquid form.
Okay, so let's see.
The milk pours easily.
Okay, and now this.
Is this how Clara died?
Oh. Poisoned milk bowl. So let's try it with a cat. I'm so sorry, but I think we have was it the study or the living room where the cat was? I think it was the study. Yes, it was the study.
I'm not going near that horrible cat. I'll have to get rid of it somehow if I want to proceed.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry. Here.
Yes, this should put an end to the grim reign of this beast. Look, it's a key.
Oh,
And it has a funny tassel attached to it. No wonder the cat wanted to play with it. The animal must have managed to steal a key somehow.
Oh, gee. Cat. Oh.
Thaw the milk, grind the leaves, poison the cat. That was a lot of work to inspect this rather uninteresting ladder.
Okay, another journal page.
This is strange. This is Belladonna's signature, but the handwriting is just wrong.
I write to sex... What? I write to sex... Oh, I'm sorry. I write to exercise my brain. I find that my thoughts becomes more firm and solid if I force myself to put them down on paper. It doesn't matter what I write as long as I can learn to think again and to remember. I must try and remember. I have no idea how long I have been this way, a walking corpse, a mimicry of human life. An Unmensch? It's German, it's a German word, Unmensch. This is all the doings of my despicable husband. He could not be happier, the villain. He got what he wanted, an obedient wife, a beautiful Galatea that exists safely for his pleasure. Ugh. If only he knew, sorry. These notes are the center of my universe, and I keep them well hidden. He doesn't know. He has no idea. The thought has not occurred to him that I might be a thinking being, and I intend to keep it that way. I am slowly and secretly, meticulously pulling my consciousness out of a black void. At first, I truly was a mechanical tech, responsive but never proactive. But gradually, I began to regain capacity for thought, and I quickly realized that I needed to keep it a secret. These thoughts were now the only things in the world that truly belonged to me. Beginning to think again was horrible in many ways, even worse than the state of blissful ignorance from which I had just emerged. I only managed to scribble down single disconnected words at a time, more emotions than thoughts. Impulses, perhaps. My hands and fingers were stiff and clumsy. I remember cutting myself on the sharp pen once, and not being able to prevent the blood flow. I thought that would be the end for me. Surely Wolfram would notice the blood on my hands and get suspicious. But no, the self-absorbed fool merrily stitched me up and let me go. I sometimes play with the idea of what I would have to do prove him that I am a person, but I won't. The monster has other plans. Okay, that is the new personality of Belladonna. The reborn, maybe, if you will. Okay, but our time is over. Let's have a look. Yes, our time is over. So, I think I will make a cut here. I hope you like it. Feel free to hit the like button if you like it. Yeah, I hope we will see in the next episode of Belladonna. Until then, stay safe.